Hello YouTube, my name is Natero, and today I wanted to talk about the BS that NASCAR has pulled over fans today and recently within the decisions that NASCAR has been making. I honestly don't agree with them. I've been a racing fan for a long time, actually a really long time, and I don't agree with any of what NASCAR has done lately. First off, I want to say I've always thought NASCAR was a sport. I've always been that guy that says, yes, NASCAR is a sport and they are athletes. And I agree, yes, they are athletes, but as of recently, I do no longer think NASCAR is a sport. Or actually, it is a sport now, but it never used to be. A sport is where a bunch of teams compete under a sanctioning body that tries to keep all teams even, according to the dictionary. Well, certain dictionaries. But their meaning is basically all the same. That's pretty much the bottom line meaning of that, a sport. And well, NASCAR used to be about the driver and having his friends or whatever trying to help him to get to the win. And yes, there is still a team takes to get there, but the sole development is on that driver to make the final say on where they finish. Not a team working, not relying as heavily as they do on the pit crews and things they do now. And NASCAR wants to make it that way. To make it a team similar to what you would see in NHL, NFL, or the MLB, where it's an entire team having to work together to try and win under really weird circumstances that would never actually happen in a realistic situation, I guess. I mean, I know it's real. There's really no better way that I can explain this than I think I just did. So if you can, comments, you know how to do it. Oh gosh, there could be some mean ones in there after this. But NASCAR has introduced the charter system to NASCAR, which I'm not sure if it's going to debut this year, and I don't ever want to see it. I love the 43-car field that there always has been, and I never want to see it change. It's always been part of NASCAR. I understand that at one point there was like a 50-car field, maybe 55 or something, and it ended very bad, and they shortened it to 43, and it's been 43 ever since. Why change it? There is no reason to change, other than the fact that they want it to become like a sport. Similar to what you would see, you know, in another sport like NHL or NFL, and how they're all around 30, but except NASCAR is 40. And it's not based on speed anymore, so you can see the same drivers every week and guarantee they're there. They say it's for the sponsors, and it's really not for the sponsors at all. They try to lie to you in similar ways to try make it seem like they're not doing a bad thing when they really are. To like what other sports do. They want to create a name around each and every single one of the drivers and the teams. So, I mean, yeah, it's like the Sabres suck in hockey, but they still have a bunch of dedicated, loyal fans. And similar to NASCAR, but it's not as high and they're not known about as much. Like drivers like Jimmy Johnson and Dale Earnhardt and Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon. I mean, how many people do you think don't even know who Landon Castle is? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what they're going for. Another thing that NASCAR created, which I'm very sure it's going to be in the Sprint Cup next year, which I hate to see, and all those loyal NASCAR fans that have been around since the 90s and 80s, this is time that you make a petition or something, and if you do, tag me in it. I will sign it. Because I'm not exactly sure how to create a poll anyway. I probably should learn that. I should start my own. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to start my own. But sign a petition to say that we don't want this. The classic NASCAR fans don't want this, because NASCAR is trying to create a new era of fans that we don't want to see. Classic NASCAR stopped in about 2007, in my opinion. That was the last year NASCAR was really itself. Or even 2011 was a little bit further down, but that's when things really started to change heavily. Like 2008 through 11, yeah, it was still NASCAR, but there was some slight changes. And then 2012, after the tie between Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart, that's when the massive changes started happening, and I didn't like it. Before I forget to tell you guys, the new system reminds me a lot of hockey, and I think it's actually going to be similar. There's going to be 3 or 4 periods, basically. Each 20 minutes long, there's going to be a caution, and the counter starts down exactly as the leader crosses the race. And it's going to stay at 20 minutes, or count down from 20 minutes, and every 20 minutes there will be a caution, unless there's a caution in the first 20 minutes. Like, let's say at 9 minutes to go, a caution comes out. Well, the timer resets to another 20 minutes, and in another 20 minutes there will be a caution. And until they get to the final 10 laps to go, it will just be, I think, race to the finish or something like that. that is very reminiscent of the NHL. And it's not best man wins anymore. What could happen is what they're trying to do is make it more action-packed, so every race is guaranteed to see a restart, or a new period begins. NHL, NFL. If I feel like I'm venting a lot of anger right now, I really am. I am very disgusted with what NASCAR has done, as I have been a long-time NASCAR fan, and this is not NASCAR and what it's ever been. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the stress levels that you see in NFL or NHL. Like, because racing is racing. It's not a sport. It is not a sport. You're going to start seeing, I'm sure, 200 and 300 mile events instead of the regular 400. Make it shorter and more reminiscent of times that NHL and NFL play like that. And they've even said that themselves in rules they've done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me your views on what you see about it. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you for watching. That's it for now.